Johnny Dumbbell, what's good, fam? How we doing this evening?
Listen, man, I'll tell you what's good. Not only did the Steelers beat the Browns, but Riverhounds not only won their game Saturday night, but that means they are in the playoffs. And if they can win out their last two games, they might just get a home playoff game here in Pittsburgh. So, great weekend for Pittsburgh sports. I'm sorry, Browns fans.
Hey, shout out to the Browns fans. Let me tell you something about us Browns fans. We love our Cleveland Browns anyway. We're loyal to a fault.
And that is true. And you know something? Bill and I both have one thing in common. We each don't have a problem dating a girl who's a Browns fan. Bill, tell them why.
Well, it's simple, Johnny. When they're Browns fans, they don't expect a ring.
So anyway, hey, thanks for tuning in, guys. It's Monday night. That means that we are going to be doing our show called Ask Your Favorite Uncles, where we got some of you guys writing in with some legitimate questions. And tonight, I think tonight is not so much about self-confidence, although that does play a role here, as it does about second-guessing yourself. And here's the thing. You are being raised and conditioned and taught to not trust your gut because you just don't have that intuition. Yes, you do. And when your gut tells you something, you're going to want to pay attention to it. And in our questions and our answers tonight, you're going to see what I mean. Uncle Bill, why don't you introduce yourselves?
Let me introduce myself. My name is William, and let me welcome everybody to my channel. It's called William the Conqueror. And I only got one question for you tonight, nephews. Can you even conquer yourself? We're talking about self-discipline here. Go ahead, Johnny, introduce yourself for everybody watching tonight. We got some comments, too.
All right. So Uncle Bill says, my God, I can't talk tonight. I'm Johnny Dumbbell. I am a personal trainer and life coach here in beautiful Pittsburgh, PA. So what I'm doing here on the show is not so much sharing my success because I haven't had a whole lot of that, but I am here to share my failures. And by that, I mean things that relate to self-confidence, self-improvement, women, dating, financial decisions. And I guess the best way to put it is if there's something you were thinking of doing for the betterment of your life or to just get with that girl, and it sounds crazy, expensive, possibly with some bad consequences, whatever it might be. If you're not 100% sure that you should do something, leave it in the comments, shoot us a message. Chances are one or both of us has probably done it and found out the hard way why you don't do it. In short, we are the uncles that the entire family talks about because of our stories. But if you listen to those stories and learn the morals of those stories, you are going to get a gold mine of information on how to live your life going forward, even if it just means knowing what not to do.
Well said, Johnny. Now, nephews, we got all kinds of little bits of wisdom and knowledge we'll be imputing to you throughout the show, but we encourage you to ask your own questions. Call in, put them in the chat. You can always email Uncle Johnny as well, and that's basically what we have tonight. We have a couple emails that we're going to go over and give you guys the game on.
Yeah, and I got to tell you, I'm a little concerned for really all four, by the way, 4 questions tonight. I'm a little concerned for all 4 guys, but there's one in particular, and I think you're all going to figure out which one it is, that we are really going to all have to get together and, support, because God, he's clueless. And so we're going to get there, and he's going to get there if he listens to all of us.
Wait on you, Johnny.
Oh, I was going to say, shit, did I lose sound? So question one is from Tom, and Tom is from Staffordshire in the United Kingdom. I'm not really sure where there is. I'm sure it's in it's in England.
Hey, shout out to you, nephew, for writing in. We appreciate the question.
And now, if my geography serves me, I think it was somewhere near Birmingham, but I'm not sure. So anyway, he says, I feel like I'm rejecting myself before a woman even rejects me. Bill, hit it. You know you want to.
Okay, Johnny.
He says, is this something...
Stop proving your worth and protect your peace, please. Okay, Johnny, let's get going here.
No, he says, is this something that a lot of men do? Because I just realized that I do this a lot. I will find a girl attractive and want to go talk to her. Then I will start to say to myself that I shouldn't approach her because she would not be interested and would just reject me anyway. That, along with a bunch of other stuff, makes me stop myself from doing it. So in other words, I reject myself before I give her the chance to reject me. How do I approach women without this happening inside my head? Bill, I'm going to go ahead and have you, because I'm going to let him have it. But you go ahead.
Exactly why this happens, because this young man is placing a judgment on himself. For some reason, he thinks these women are better than him. So it really comes down to his own self-love and self-worth. So because he thinks that he's not their type, because they're better than him or whatever the case may be, he's already excluding himself, and he's not projecting the certain kind of confidence that you need when you step to a woman.
Yeah, because I think what's happening right now is, and let's face it, the media and society is portraying men on TV and in commercials, husbands and fathers, as being utter buffoons. I mean, take a look at Home Improvement. Take a look at some of the most recent, even the laundry detergent commercials. So, I mean, he's being kind of conditioned and taught that, well, my intuition must not be right because I'm just a man, so I don't know. But what's happening here is he's already psyching himself out because he's being given messages, whether overtly or covertly, that he's not good enough and he should be lucky if a woman even looks his way, let alone gives him her attention. This is what he feels like he needs to aspire to do. He feels like he needs to fit the mold to be the desirable male, and not in the way he wants to be, but in the way that he thinks they want him to be. So in other words, he's not establishing his own program. He's not creating a mold for him to fit and see if somebody else can join it. He is not setting up a program and setting up a team and setting up a franchise that somebody else needs to belong to. No. Instead, he just wants to be a little piece of somebody else's jigsaw puzzle. That's what's happening here. Bill?
Shout out to Johnny Dumbbell. Some of the stuff you say, Johnny, it's so much wisdom. You said in one of the old shows, when you're the commissioner, no one is out of your league. So
exactly.
I think what he doesn't understand here is you don't
instead he's a third string punter.
You go through these women, you vet them. Look, he's got a lot to learn, but before we get to that, we got to talk about these judgment he's putting on himself and what he's got against himself so much. Mm-hmm. Because he's got to address those issues and get rid of it. You got to learn self-love first, because if he doesn't love himself, he's never going to truly be confident, and he's going to be faking the funk, Johnny.
No.
And they'll be able to tell that. They're going to be able to pick up on that.
Yeah. So, and I mean, what he's asking here essentially is two questions. Number one, is this something a lot of men do? Well, you know something? Yeah, it is something a lot of men do. It doesn't make it right. And question number two, how do I approach women without this happening? Here's an idea. Stop chasing them. Stop going out there looking for them. Search inside and look for who you are and decide how you want to move forward. Decide what you want out of your own life. Decide what you need to do to get there. Make a goal. Set a plan. And for the love of God, follow it, because you know what's going to happen then. You become your own man, and some woman out there is going to want to make you her own man. And you know, the fact of the matter is, you will be the one to decide whether she fits your program or not. And then that all of a sudden you realize that all this time you've been trying to be on her team, she should have been trying to be on yours. Johnny, now you're the captain. Now you're the coach. Now you're the quarterback.
Johnny, he's also seeking validation. And a lot of these young men don't understand that validation is a drug, and it's time for you to start detoxing today. Come on, you should be validating yourself. You shouldn't be looking to anything outside of yourself for validation, including women. And by having these judgments on himself, Johnny, he has a lot of issues here, man. I have a lot of concerns with him. I know he's in another country, really, but if we could get this young man to call in, I'd like to ask him a few different questions.
Yeah, if you are watching live, and it doesn't look like you are, but if you were, if by some crazy chance you're gonna, please give us a call. I don't care if we're in the middle of the next question or the question after that, but yeah, please give us a call, because I feel like this is something you're gonna need to hear like a week ago. I mean, you're asking, how do I approach women without this happening? So what you are essentially asking is, you are asking, how do I approach women without being stuck in my own head and being, without clinging to my own feelings of the lack of self-worth? How do I find a girl who's worth it, even though I don't think I'm worth a shit?
Okay, well, Johnny, the first thing
I got bad news.
First thing he needs to do is remove any expectations from the outcome.
Yeah.
So when you go into it, just go into it as if you're introducing yourself. You're just meeting a woman. Now, a lot of guys don't know how to approach women. They wait for choosing signals, other indicators of interest before they go up and shoot their shot. And it's because you guys want to feel comfortable. I understand that, but I need you to understand that comfort kills masculine energy. So you have to be comfortable being uncomfortable. That means approaching women that you used to place judgments on. Oh, she's out of my league. Oh, she wouldn't be interested in somebody like me. And start giving her a reason to be interested in you. Make yourself an interesting man. Now,
because that subconsciously provides in her mind the fact that, number one, you can provide, and number two, you can protect. Now, whether that's true or not doesn't matter. She is going to be looking for what she biologically views as the strongest, most attractive male she can get with.
Well, here's the problem he's having, Johnny. Because he doesn't have standards. Johnny, I'm getting an echo. Is that on your end? Is that on my end?
Are you on speakers of the headphone?
No, but I think I can hear myself on your end.
I got my headphones in. I don't have a speaker going.
You don't hear it?
No.
Okay, well, I can hear myself as a delay. All right. So here's what he needs to understand is he's got a lot of work to do on himself. And he has to be consistent. Okay, Minnie Mom says she hears the echo too.
All right, let me see what I got here. I mean, you're on my headphones. No way it should be feeding back to the microphone.
You got your TV on?
Yeah, but it's on mute.
It's on mute.
That's what I thought at first, too.
I just want to get it fixed because when we go to run this through the AI software for clips, the feedback will be on everything.
Yeah. Still hearing it?
Hold on. No, I don't think so.
All right.
Yeah, I can. Hey, Minnie Mom, can you still hear that? Yeah, I can still hear that. She says it's gone now.
All right, cool.
check my mic on my end. I apologize.
Hey, it happens. You know.
All right, but still. Now she says now it's back.
Shit. How's that?
All right, what about now? I still got an echo. I think I'm good.
How about me?
She says it's off and on.
Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. How's that?
Well, let's keep rocking. No, I can still hear it. All right, hold on. Let me log out and log back in, Johnny.
All right, let's give us about 30 seconds, guys. But listen, you're going to want to stick around for Manny's story because Manny's story is going to be a rough one. This is a dead bedroom story. This is a married guy who's been having some trouble, and man, he's going to have a rough time. I don't want to say anything until Bill gets back because I got to tell you, this is a harrowing tale, and it's going to get rough. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so Heather, Jen, everything's good as far as the sound goes. All right, thanks, Jen. Here we go. So while we're waiting for William the Conqueror to come back here, guys, don't forget to subscribe to my channel, subscribe to his channel. We've got great information all the time. And here he comes
Shout out to me.
with the t-shirt reminding you that felons do it better.
That's right, Johnny. Felons do it better. Let me tell you why. Because we know what it's like to go without. We're hungry. We're determined. And let me tell you something, gentlemen. If you're just coming out the joint, you are going to have an edge over all these soft-ass, weak males that are complacent and laying around doing nothing with their life. You're going to go harder. You're going to be hungrier. You're going to accomplish more in a year than they could in 5. Johnny,
Yeah,
I can still hear that echo.
Oh, all right. How's that?
What about now? Yeah, I can still hear it, Johnny.
How's that?
I don't know. You want to try to log out and log back in?
Yeah, let's see what I got. Hold on. Be right back, guys.
All right, we're going to find out if I got this echo while Johnny's gone. So, yeah, as I was saying, felons do fuck better. We do go harder. We are hungrier. We know what it's like to go without. And we're going to outwork you, outgrind you, outshine you every chance we get. Because we got something to prove. Not to you, but to ourselves. Now, Johnny, I don't got the echo now. So when Johnny comes back in here, appreciate that, Bailey. All right, Johnny, I did not have an echo while you were gone, sir.
All right, what do I got now? You hear me?
What about now? I think we're good.
I never heard an echo from you. All right, so if you're watching out there, do we have an echo? Whose is it? Let us know.
No, I think we're good now, Johnny.
All right,
shout out to us for figuring that out.
Listen, when you've been a DJ for almost 2 decades, you learn how to figure out sound problems. So best of luck to our guy. Tom, listen, man, I'm going to follow up with you, and you're really going to need a lot of steps before you get to where you need to be, man. So question 2, this is from Manny.
Hey, and you know what, Tom? I just want to say, Tom, real quick, the mission comes before the woman. So you should be working on yourself and not be distracted by some of these bitches and letting them lead you around and pull you off track. Come on, you got to get it together, sir.
Yep, absolutely, man.
All right, go ahead, sir.
So question 2 is from Manny. Manny says, I found out why my bedroom is dead. This is going to be good.
Bruh.
You know what? I'm going to tell you guys to hit the pause button and get your popcorn because you're going to like this one. So, as the subject says, I finally figured out why my bedroom is dead. I have been married for over 20 years. My wife's libido has been a roller coaster since our son was born. Sometimes we get it on multiple times a week. Sometimes it would be a month or more. But we always complimented each other excellently in the bedroom, or at least I thought so. So the occasional lulls were tolerable. Yeah, that's how it starts. So some time ago, my wife tells me that she isn't feeling sexual and that we might go through a longer than usual dry spell. Hold on. And that we might go through a longer than usual dry spell. Okay, fine. I love her and I don't mind waiting. Oh, she knows. She knows. At this time, as I write this, it's been almost a year since we slept together. Recently, I spotted a package in her. Hold on. Now, I know a lot of ladies out there are going, well, maybe it's depression, maybe it's menopause, maybe it's this. But here's the problem here. Here's the problem. Recently, I spotted a package in her laundry of neon pink lingerie. I thought, oh, cool. Maybe she's feeling better and wants to surprise me with some sexy undies. First of all, don't call them undies. Please stop calling them undies. You might as well call them jockey shorts. Anyway, oddly enough, the next day the package was not in her laundry. I want to think that maybe it didn't fit and she threw it away. I can't find it in the trash nor anywhere in the house. I finally decide, hold on, this is effed up. I finally decide to check her purse while she's in the shower, and lo and behold, there it is, right next to a pack of wipes labeled feminine hygiene gentle cleansing wipes. He puts that in quotes. I'm not a smart man, but I'm definitely not a detective. However, I don't know any women who carry emergency lingerie in her purse, not even when she's coming to see one of you two. He means us. First of all, thank you. I like that. All jokes aside, I can't afford to leave her. We have 2 vehicles, both in my name, and I have racked up a significant amount of debt building a new house for us. My current plan is to stick it out until I have the house built so that I have a place to live when the split does happen. So, okay, it looks like he's resolved to leave her. I mean, it's the best of a bad situation, but since I lost my last job, I literally have no one to talk to anymore. I've honestly never felt so isolated in my life. How long was this going on right under my nose before I started to feel suspicion, he says. I think he's trying to get us.
Okay, Johnny.
Yeah, here's the only problem. We don't know this lady, so we don't know what her warning signs would have been because we just haven't seen her body language. That's what I'm struggling with.
But here's the thing. You spent 20 years with this woman. Wait. Okay. I don't even know where to start with this, Johnny. I don't want to beat him up too much because clearly this is.
I know. I feel bad making you start.
This is his fault. Okay, but he didn't really know better. So
he's young.
What I'd like to do is give him the game on how to move forward and not beat him up over the situation too much. But here's the thing. There were definitely signs and indications that she had met somebody else, had been interested in somebody else. That's not going to justify what she did. If she stepped outside of the marriage, you're probably not even going to get her to admit
the chance to talk. Yeah.
So, but going forward, here's what you need to understand is that you don't need to accept this kind of treatment from anybody. Just because you might be legally married and financially obligated in a few situations doesn't mean that she is responsible for your happiness.
No,
so you're okay, you're lonely. So what you need to do is find things to do in your free time, my guy. Go out on the weekends. Go to new bars. Go to new pubs. If drinking's not your thing, if it's something else, go to new coffee shops. Go to new little dessert places. Learn how to approach women in person. That'd be another suggestion I have for you, because you need to get shot down quite a bit. Johnny, what's good, fam?
That's what I get for checking comments. Yeah, no, I mean, whatever he just said, I'm sure he's probably right.
Okay, well, I'm telling him that I was explaining that he's lonely, right?
Yeah.
So what he
As a
should be
married
doing-
man, he's lonely. Yes.
Yeah, what he should be doing is out discovering himself in the things that he likes. He not really tied to her anymore. So after 20 years, I'm willing to bet he doesn't even know that much about himself. So
Yeah. I mean,
Friday night, Saturday night, go out to different bars, places you've driven by, you've never stopped at before. Find something you like to, like Johnny likes to go to karaoke. You know, that's not really my thing. I prefer to slide through some woman's crib, but hey, let Johnny do his thing, and find your thing too. My point is that
I got great vocals.
This is something TK talks about, is going out on solo missions and discovering things about yourself. So you're lonely, but here's what I need you to understand. You're only lonely because you don't know you and you don't like you. Because if you did know you and you did like you, you would understand that you could never be lonely because you are always with somebody that has your best interest at heart.
And because you don't like you, there's nothing surprising or interesting about you. So after 20 years of your wife discovering literally every detail there is about your life, remember that at that point, she knows it all. So that means that you're not as exciting to her. So at this point, if she is going that route, I would say you need to go your route. And like Bill said, discover yourself, have fun with yourself, whether it's grilling outside or going to karaoke. The fact of the matter is that you need to make something interesting about yourself, even if it is a completely new part of your life. Because here's the thing, at this stage, nothing she is doing that is new in her life or your life or your collective life, nothing she is doing is going to be geared towards building you up and making you feel better. Right now, she's trying to make her feel better. And maybe this is an opportunity for you to make you feel better. And here's the thing. It sounds to me that you are at a crossroads in your marriage and your life. So this could go one of two ways. She could see you taking an interest in your own life and finding some interests that you like and starting to pursue the things that you used to like to do that she probably made you hate doing nowadays. And she might be able to become curious and say to you, geez, I wonder what it is about this that makes you so happy. I would like to be a part of it. Because she's already been doing that for herself for a while if it's been this bad for this long. And if she's not taking an interest in that does not intrigue her, then it sounds to me you've got more of a roommate than a wife. I hate to tell you that, man. I'm so sorry. And then listen, hey, listen, if you ask any of my exes, they'll all tell you I could be wrong. So, hey, who knows? But that is really what it sounds like to me.
Hey, you don't want to know what my ex has got to say about me, Johnny.
Shit. And it's all BS anyway.
Okay, so
that's
we're giving him the game on how to move forward. We didn't want to beat him up too much, but he needs to understand that that part of his life is over, and it's a great opportunity for him to start a new chapter.
Now, dude, the minute you saw the lingerie in her purse and never once on her ass, you knew what was going on, and you didn't know with whom, but you knew without whom.
Look,
sorry, man. I don't like
no. The thing is, he should have seen some other warning signs. He was making excuses, but
yep,
Tony, I think we've all been there.
Not only was he making excuses for himself
for a woman's behavior before we learned how to vet him.
Yeah, not only was he making excuses for himself, he was making excuses for her bullshit, because the last thing he wants to believe is that she found something better. The last thing he wants to believe is that she is unhappy with him. He wants to think that it's some kind of mental problem. He wants to think it's some kind of medical problem. He wants to think that it's anything other than the fact that she is no longer interested in him, that she's no longer attracted, that she's hit that midlife crisis, that she thinks she could do better. Whatever her reasons are, it doesn't matter. Bill, what do we tell them? The why doesn't matter, right?
The why doesn't matter.
The because matters. The because matters to you. You need to do what you need to do because your mental health. You need to do what you need to do because you have the right to improve your life, no matter how old you are. I'm midlife, and you know something? I'm not getting older. I'm already older. I'm getting better, and you should probably think about the same. Come on, man.
I need you to understand that a man who can walk away always wins. So you have to walk away from this marriage of 20 years.
And that's not easy. It's not easy.
Look, no. If with her behavior, the audacity of this woman to treat you like that, I would stop talking to her altogether, because your silence, it's going to teach louder than your speech, bro. Anything you had to say, it's not going to, especially if she's lost respect for you, or she's not even faithful anymore. Yeah. She's letting someone else turn her on. She's letting someone else get in her ear. She's letting someone else influence her.
Well, never mind that. The thing of it is that another aspect of this he gives us is that they've got 2 cars, both in his name. So he has a lot of finances invested in this. What does she have invested? The vows that she already broke? So here's the thing. Now, because he went ahead and put a ring on it because he liked it, or however the song goes, the point is, because he put a ring on it, now he has a financial decision on top of the emotional problems he's dealing with here. Never mind the fact that she made a promise and she broke it. Never mind any of that. He is the breadwinner. He's got 2 cars in his name, a house that's probably in his name. The thing of it is that now when they go to court, there are going to be financial, economical implications involved here. And I can't help you with that, man. You already signed that contract, man. Bet you won't do it again.
Well, I got some bad news for him, but it's tough. It's all love here, but it's tough love sometimes. And the tough love is
none of the tough love we can give him has been tougher than the ass kicking he's already taken.
She's not choosing you. She's using you. And that's what's going on. She's using you right now for transportation. She's using you right now to pay for her lifestyle. What she's not using you for is her sexual gratification. She's moved on and found someone else for that. So,
and longer ago than you probably think, man. Sorry.
But here's what I need you to take a positive spin from this, okay? You didn't lose her. She lost access to your peace. So just walk away.
But here's my problem with that. You were still willing to share that peace with her even after that, because I mean, the vibe I'm getting from this email is that you wish this could work out despite what she's done. Even if she came crawling back to you tomorrow, are you trying to tell me that you're not going to live the rest of your marriage, the rest of your life together, at least giving a thought to it at some point every so often about how betrayed you felt, about the fact that nothing is impossible, even when it's promised? So if you can get past that and she can actually do the work to meet you midway, great. But if you are not 150% into it, and she is not 150% into it with a common goal, then the fact of the matter remains that she already decided to leave before she even opened those legs.
Johnny, we see this.
I don't like it either.
Look, we see this every week. And I need you nephews to understand that most men fail because they chase attention, not respect. And it starts with you respecting yourself. So I think you need to stop trying to be liked and start demanding a standard. And that includes from yourself. You need to have some standards for yourself, sir.
Yep. Yeah. And as far as your question, how long has this been going on under my nose? I'm going to give you the simplest answer I can give you. Too fucking long. Now it's time for you to separate yourself from that situation and any situation related to it, unless you have kids. I mean, take care of your kids. It looks like you do. But the thing of it is you need to separate yourself emotionally from her, not your children, her. She is not going to be doing anything that is going to benefit your life going forward. You are the only person that's going to be able to do that. And you know something? At this point, you don't just owe it to yourself. If you owed it to yourself alone, that would be enough. But you owe it to yourself and the kids that are going to be looking up to you as a role model to see how they should live their life once they're more than 4 feet tall. And if you don't deliver that, if you don't show people how to face adversity, no matter who's the fault, no matter what it is, if you don't show them how to face adversity and overcome it in this economy, in the way things are going, trust me, they will have no idea how to move forward in their life when they're children, and they sure as hell won't figure it out by the time they're adults if you don't teach them through your actions, never mind your words. We always tell you, bottom line, the actions. That's what you learn the most from. Show them how you get through a bad situation. Make the best of it.
That's just it, Johnny. You teach people how to treat you, and you do that by what you tolerate. Now, Jen says he'll never be happy if he stays because he'll always wonder. Absolutely, Jen. That will eat at him. He doesn't have the confidence to get past that. So I don't think there's any salvaging this. I hate to say that.
Well, no. There's no salvaging his marriage. There is plenty left to salvage from him. Okay? And so what he needs to salvage from him is what little bit of dignity, what little bit of dignity he has left. And take that. And guess what? That dignity and what little property you're able to keep in the divorce, that is going to be your foundation. Now, is that a foundation important to you? Maybe sentimentally, but monetarily, probably not. But the point that I make when I say that salvation means that, or that foundation means that the foundation is the bottom of the building you are going to build. There is nowhere to go but up from there. So no matter how bad you feel right now, I want you to go to bed. The next time you close your eyes, I want you to feel better than you feel right now as you watch this. I want you to make sure that when you wake up tomorrow morning, you make your bed. I know it sounds trivial, but I promise you it's not. Make your bed every single day. Develop a structure for yourself. I'm not even going to tell you to take the Johnny Dumbbells Challenge. All right, I'm lying. I'm going to tell you to take the Johnny Dumbbells Challenge. Get to the gym 3 times a week for 4 weeks. After that 4th week, I want you to add an extra day and get to the gym 4 times a week for another 4 weeks. Now, I would love for you to drop a comment on how that's going for you, but if you don't, I don't care. I would love to see, or at least think, that you are improving yourself by your own standards, on your own terms, because once you do that, you're going to be able to live the kind of life where you have a program that other people are going to have to fit to be a part of. And if they do, great. That makes them an ally of yours. And if they don't, that's okay. They can be an acquaintance. Hell, maybe they'll learn something from you someday. But that's exactly it. Be the kind of person that someone else can learn from. That's how you know you got there.
All right, Johnny, what else we got tonight? I don't want to beat him up anymore, but I just cannot stress enough that the man who can walk away always wins. Just take that with you going forward, sir.
I'm going to go ahead and say that question 3 of 4 is going to be a pretty easy answer, but I like it and I had to throw it in. Brad. So this is Brad, and Brad says, "Did I end it too soon?" He says, so for context, he's 24 and so is she. He says, "I have been dating this girl for some weeks. We had 5 dates, sex on the 3rd and 4th date." We got the restrictions, right? I can say sex, right? Anyway, so the physical chemistry was really amazing, but our conversations were a bit exhausting at times. She had no real interest nor passions that she would talk about and couldn't tell any good stories. Conversation felt a bit one-sided because of that. I ended it because I just couldn't see us being in a relationship. Now I'm questioning my decision, and I feel like I'm missing her. Is it just hormones, or do I just miss the physical part, or do I think I might have missed an opportunity? Bill, let him have it.
Nephew, you definitely missed an opportunity. You missed an opportunity to have a bitch on your team that was down to do the things that you wanted to do.
she couldn't talk to him.
It doesn't matter. What do you want to be entertained by a bitch for? Please explain that to me.
Because I would like to know that a girl can actually carry on a conversation with me should I choose to be in a relationship with her. Now, imagine if I was the one, if she made my team and she fit my program, I'm going to go ahead and say that any woman that's going to fit my program is going to have the ability to carry on a stimulating conversation that keeps me interested, just like I'm expected to do for her. And it sounds to me like he decided that she was incapable of doing that, despite the fact that she was probably pretty sexually proficient. And hey, look, hats off to her. Okay, that's enough. But if you can't have that conversation while you're lying in bed together, or if you can't have that conversation over fucking bagels and coffee the next morning, whatever it is, he can't talk to her. He can bang her. And honestly, if that's all he can do, I would say to him, okay, great. If all you want to do is have a casual FWB relationship, then, text her every so often and you guys can hook up. But if what you were looking for is a conversation with somebody who can, or a relationship with somebody who can actually carry on a conversation, keep you interested in what she has to say, just like you would do the same for her, then it doesn't sound like this is that girl. It sounds to me like he had fun banging her, but that's about it. And look, if that's all you're looking for, I got no issue with that.
Why do we have to be a bitch, Bill?
Bless that bitch.
Okay, look, I mean that respectfully, and usually if I call a woman a bitch, it's more like a term of endearment, because she's like my bitch. And you know what? You ladies call each other bitch all the time when you see each other. What's up, bitch? Hey,
Girls are mean
bitch.
to each other.
I do the same thing. I call y'all bitch too. What's up, bitch? And I don't mean it disrespectfully. There's not a hard B. I'm not like, fuck you, bitch. No, it's like, what's up, bitch? Damn, bitch. That's wild, bitch. But it's really just a term of endearment. I do not mean it disrespectfully at all. But here's the thing, Johnny. Why are y'all having conversations with bitches like that? You talking about laying in bed talking to her? Why the fuck are you laying in bed with a bitch anyway? You should be vetting these women from the very beginning. Okay,
I think you're missing the context here.
I must be, because the only thing you should be doing is smashing her at first and seeing how consistent she is and if she even fits your program. You're
okay, but Bill, here's where he needs our advice.
You're sitting there you're talking girlfriend stuff with this woman, and it hasn't even been 6 months into the relationship. You're giving off boyfriend energy when you're laying in bed and having conversations with her. As far as
things, that's what he's asking. That's what he's asking. This is where he needs our advice. He is on that borderline of, okay, she's fun to hang out with physically, but let me go ahead and take that today. He's not sure how to vet her beyond that. So what he's trying to say in this question essentially is, hey, she's great physically, she's great biologically, but I want to take it a step further, and here's my question. That's what he's asking.
That's where he's messing up. He's taking it a step further too soon. He's only smashed her a couple times, then he got rid of her.
I feel like that only happens when he's the one that asked for the commitment. The person who asks for the commitment is the person who says, oh, hey, everything you've done so far is absolutely perfect and exactly what I'm looking for in a relationship, so now I want the relationship. That's not what's happening here. He's not asking her for that. If anything, it sounds like she's at least maybe on the verge of asking him, which is where you want to be. But his thing is, he's asking about he knows that he likes her sexually. He knows that he likes her physically and biologically, but he is wondering how to vet her out beyond that plane. And I think that's what he's asking.
He's doing it too soon is what I'm trying to say. She hasn't proved herself enough, consistent enough for a long enough time. You can't get consistency out of a woman after 3 or 4 dates. You're still meeting their representative. They're still wearing a mask. You don't have access to that true woman yet, the real woman behind that mask. So you're wanting to have a relationship with somebody you haven't even got to know yet. So basically, you're having your idea of a relationship is with her representative, is what I'm saying. And you got rid of her way too soon. And here's what happened, Johnny. He got rid of her way too soon, and now he can't find someone else as sexually compatible as he was with her. So now he wants to backtrack, and he's thinking, oh, well, maybe it wasn't that bad. Maybe I could make it work.
See, what Brad's asking us essentially is, my big head says this, but my little head says that. Brad, I think Uncle Bill and I will both tell you. Bill, go ahead and let him know.
I don't want to beat him up too bad, but he's already probably burnt this situation to the ground. And that's because he wasn't leading it from the very beginning.
Even if he hadn't, let's say he had the decision to make. Let's say it was 50-50 on her part and it was up to him. The fact of the matter is, you still want to use this head. That head's fun. Don't get me wrong. I've got myself in a lot of trouble with it. But this head is what's going to get you out of this.
But here's where he's lost, because men lose women by chasing. Okay.
Fuck.
Not leading. You don't
money.
Lose women by leading. You lose women by chasing. So now when you got to double back, you're going to be chasing. You're not going to be leading. So it's not going to be like it was the first time. She's going to start dictating terms on you, and you're just going to be out of your frame. Bro, I think you just need to cut her loose and move on. But the next time this happens, I wouldn't get rid of her so quick based on that. I would say that you need to take longer to vet them. They need to show you some more consistency and see if they're nephew. What I'm trying to say is there's a spot on your program for a woman who knows how to fuck you right. There is. Okay. And if you don't, look, you could have a few different women on the team while you're vetting them. It doesn't cross over into sucker shit until you start telling them that they're the only one that you're seeing. So, and you shouldn't do that after 3 or 4 dates. You can be talking to other women after going out with 3 or 4 dates with a bitch. What I'm trying to say though is that
he means that respectfully.
Yeah, soft B, not a hard one.
Lowercase.
So, but what I'm trying to say though is, going forward, don't be so picky with these women. Give them a shot. Give them a little bit longer to learn you. And look, do you know how many women I've come across, nephew, that are blank slates? They're pretty much NPCs until they meet me and I give them the game on how to move. Okay,
for those.
Everything, you should be leading them at all times when it comes to the way you want them to make you a sandwich, to how you expect something done, because women like to do things for you when they like you. They want to show you their value outside of the bedroom. So she was showing you her value in the bedroom. Yes. I guarantee she was willing to do things outside of the bedroom for you too, but you got too picky with the bitch because you needed her to talk to you and have a conversation with you, when really what you needed was a conversation with your uncles here first, and then you'd still have the little bitch on the side to knock off once or twice a week, because that's what you should have did, was assign her own day. And that'd be like Friday night, and every Friday night you're spending it with her, getting to know her a little bit better. You're spending too much time with her. That's why you're bored with her. If you only seen her one night a week, you would not care as much about the stimulating conversation as much as you would be putting her face in a pillow.
I mean, but here's the thing. It sounds to me like you're asking us, should I use my big head and decide that she really is not the one for me, or should I use the little head and decide, oh, well, hey, I like what that mouth and that do, and let's keep doing this. Now, if you can keep your emotions out of it, the latter might not be too bad. But it sounds to me like you wanted to make this some kind of a fucking marriage. And if that's what you're looking for, I would say this is not your girl. So if you want friends with benefits, I would say go ahead and do that. Don't appear overeager, whatever it happens to be. But if you're looking for a solid relationship, you have already answered your question in the first 2 sentences of your email. And I'm going to go ahead and say, no, I would say let that go. Now, our next friend, Alex, is going to have something kind of similar to talk about with us.
Before we get,
but I would say pay attention. But Uncle Bill, let him have it.
Before we get to that, I want to give a shout out to him. Okay, because even though he was doing some sucker shit, I know from my own personal experience that weak men crave comfort and strong men crave clarity. So he's writing in for clarity. So I don't want to be too hard on him. I just want to say thank you for writing in. Thank you for letting us tear you up a little bit. It's all love here. It's just a little bit tough love. I need you to do better. All right, Johnny. Now we can go on to the next one.
So because I happen to know he's from the here in the Pittsburgh area, I'm going to go ahead and say, let's wave a terrible towel for our buddy. Keep learning, keep growing, man. You got this. Here we grow, Pittsburgh. Here we grow. Anyway, so we got Alex, and Alex. Okay, so I want you guys to remember that the people we get these emails from are young and experienced when it comes to dating, let alone relationships. And so most of these guys have a hard time bottom lining the actions of the woman they're interested in. And I got to tell you, this is really what it seems like is happening with Alex. Alex says, I'm doubting my girlfriend's feeling. I'm 21, she's 23. And I've been in a relationship with her for 5 months. Throughout our time together, I have never truly felt her love for me. I love her deeply, and she knows that, but I don't feel the same love coming back from her. Bill hit it. She says she doesn't know how to again, there it is. She says she doesn't know how to express her feelings, but something feels off. Like she's not being I know, like she's not being completely honest, or maybe hiding something. I hate that I keep overthinking, wondering if she might be cheating or doing something behind my back. I don't want to lose her, but these thoughts are starting to make me consider breaking up, even though that's the last thing I want. So what he's saying here is, I've got sign A, sign B, sign C, and sign D. And if I get sign E, then I'll know she's cheating. But if I get sign E, then I'm going to look for sign F. This guy is looking for every way in the possible world that she could not be cheating on him. And you know what that is? That is called her ego. It's got nothing to do with her. It's got nothing to do with your love for her. It's got everything to do with the fact that you don't want to live your life knowing that she thought some other guy was somehow better than you. Because you use the word better, not the words more compatible. And so you base your self-worth on whether or not you've been cheated on. Look, my wife cheated on me. Okay? She did. Do I feel like I'm worth less than that? Fuck no. She was a shit wife. And that's exactly what you should be dealing with here. If she is doing those kinds of things, if she is even if she's not cheating on you, but if she tells you that she's just having fun and you're overthinking, whatever it happens to be, if she is giving you anything other than a truth that makes sense, this is the time to question it. So I appreciate that you wrote in. Uncle Bill, please.
Energy doesn't lie. And I think you need to understand here that you're also being tested. And I think you might have failed here, buddy.
Well, I'm going to say she failed and he went along for the ride.
Okay. Fair enough. Yeah, Johnny, I don't understand.
I hate it. I hate it for him. I really do. I hate this for him.
Okay, so how do we help him out?
We know what's going on. We know what's going on.
We do.
But here's the thing. Before he ever comes to grips with what happened, before he ever begins to recover, he is going to have to admit what he is asking us a question about because he wants to be unsure. Dude, you're sure. You are sure. You know what's happening. Even if there's not another person, you know the one person that's not in her thoughts is you. That's all you need to know.
At least he's only been there a few months. I mean, 5-6 months. At least he's not 3 years.
That's why I'm hitting him as hard as I can. Because if it was 2, 3, 4 years, I'd probably have to be a little bit. I have to have a little bit better bedside manner. But here, no, 4 months. Come on, man. Fucking respect yourself.
Well, again, we talk about that validation is the drug here, but we got some good news for you. The withdrawal is masculinity, sir. So, yep. You know, we got you.
And let us be clear. Even if that masculinity means you got to be alone for a while. Personally, I think any kind of spiritual, mental development should be while you're alone. It's not going to happen with somebody else because then you're conforming to what they think is good. No, you conform to what you think is good. Your mind needs to be right. Your spirit needs to be right. You need to meditate on the things that are important in your life before you can even think about helping somebody else, let alone being a productive member of society, let alone being somebody's boyfriend or husband.
Well, Johnny, shout out to Kevin Gates. Isolation equals elevation. The only time you're going to elevate yourself is being alone. You're never going to be able to do that unless you can remove yourself from these situations. Learn to love yourself. Start by liking yourself. Spend more alone time. Isolate yourself and elevate.
Yeah, I feel like there's a common theme with all four guys that wrote us tonight. And listen, I appreciate all four of you guys. Listen, I know I'm kind of being a dick tonight, but the truth of the matter is somebody needed to tell you the way we needed to tell you. And listen, I appreciate you guys for writing in. I'm going to follow up with all of you, and believe me, I'm going to make sure that I help all of you guys. But understand that the first thing you all need to do is to decide that you like yourself. Decide that you are worth making yourself better. Because if you are not worth your own self-improvement, there is no fucking way you are going to be worth somebody else's time, effort, love, affection, all those things you expect out of a woman you date. If you can't even give yourself respect, you can't expect anything, even the most petty, trivial thing. You can't even expect that from somebody if you don't even expect that of yourself. If you don't respect yourself, I swear by God and Sonny Jesus, nobody ever will. Nobody ever will respect you. Got to start within, guys.
McNephews, one thing I want you to take away from tonight is just to understand that weak men explain and strong men execute. So what kind of man are you? Are you a weak man? You're going to sit there and explain? Are you going to execute things to do better in your life and advance yourself?
If it's worth it, you will find a way. If it is not, you will find an excuse.
All right, Johnny, is there anything else we need to cover tonight before we wrap this up?
Yeah, self-respect, self-confidence, and look, guys, if you are down in the dumps, you are feeling badly about yourself because of something that somebody else thinks of you or doesn't think of you, then the first person you need to work on is you. And that means when you wake up tomorrow morning, before you leave your room, before you even go to the bathroom to take out obligatory piss, I want you to make your bed. And know that when you leave that room, you've already accomplished one task to start, not finish, to start your day. Now, whatever other tasks you need to do to make yourself better, you decide. If you're having a hard time, you're going to please DM one of us, shoot me an email. My email's in the description, and we will give you a pretty good basic list of how to start at least conceiving of a structure for your life. Because without structure, you can't have order. Without order, you can't have a goal. Without a goal, you can't make a plan. Without a plan, a goal is just a wish. But that's, yeah.
All right, nephews, just remember, comfort is the killer of kings, and we'll be back Thursday night with our Bumble breakdown. We're going to be swiping on the ladies' profiles live, looking for the love of my life, possibly. Or maybe just a date for this weekend. We'll see what happens.
That's right, guys. Now remember, if you drink, don't drive, and if you drive, don't park, because accidents cause people.
Yeah.